Today, we are coming on to talk about 3 simple and effective strategies or techniques that you can use starting right now to gain emotional mastery. This is a process. Emotional mastery is a process. We don't get it overnight. We get it through practice and through having the right techniques and strategies. And so that's what I'm going to be sharing with you guys today. I know that there were a lot of people who were not able to join the workshop live and caught a few sessions here and there. So I really want to give you guys a chance to get this material that will change your life. If you implement these tools, you do more than just kind of sitting and listening, but you really take this into your life and into your everyday normal life that you're living, then what you will see is that you will be more in control of you will be more grounded and calm, and you'll have more understanding of what's going to work in the moment when you're faced with a challenge or when someone comes at you who's not calm, when you are trying to kind of not go into a spiral or a spin. These 3 strategies are the most effective and most simple I could pull from our Thrive workshop, so I'm going to go over them now. All right, you guys ready? We're going to start with, let me see if I need to let anybody else in the room. Okay, we're going to start with the first strategy here, which is slowing down. The number 1 most important strategy that I could teach anybody in terms of getting more in control of their emotional experience, gaining more mastery, is slowing down. And a lot of people who have really busy lives kind of, your brain just goes like, no, can't do that. I've got too much going on. I can't slow down. But the reality is that when you're moving fast and you are kind of racing, that you're not going to be able to see as much of the whole picture. When you're just rushing or racing or kind of in that habitual, like go, 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 you aren't going to be able to effectively know how to, like, what action to take and how to get in control of you. So the very first step is slow down. And what I mean when I say this is slow down internally. Slow your pace physically to practice slowing down internally. It is the best trick that I know and can share with you. If I can catch myself rushing from point A to B, and within that, I can go, oh, I'm starting to get frustrated. And I can notice that I'm rushing around. So what that is, and we went into this big time in the workshop live sessions, but I'm just going to put a little, say a little about it here. When you're rushing from A to B, you're actually living in an energy pattern of there's not enough. There's not enough. I'm not doing enough. I'm not going to be able to get this done. Or someone's going to hate me. I'm going to fail. So we're coming from a pattern of lack or scarcity, the energy pattern. So if you were just to try this one thing and slow down your body, actually physically slow down. So take more conscious, intentional steps when you're grabbing your purse to go out the door, when you're putting on your shoes, be there putting on your shoes. Get into the moment of actually being with what's going on. Slow down your body. Slow down your process of being amped up. It gets you out of that fight or flight. It's just a glimpse. It's a glimpse of what's possible for you when you're not operating from fight or flight. It's a glimpse of that. And what I'll say is your experience with that moment of slowing down is just going to open a window for you. It's going to open a window into what's possible if you were to live in a more empowered state, physiologically, mentally, in the present moment. Got it? First step, slowing down. Okay. Welcome, everybody who's coming on. Welcome, welcome. I've just given you the first step. I'll do a quick catch up in a second. The first step. So we're talking about 3 simple strategies to get more in control of your emotional experience. And that means emotional mastery, ultimately. Emotional mastery. So what we're starting with is the first step of slowing down. Slowing down gets us more into the moment. It's like, I'll tell my clients, like, take this experience and just stretch it out like it's like a piece of taffy. Just stretch it out. Guess what happens? You'll be able to see the pattern. You'll be able to see so much more of it when you stretch out that taffy. Instead of like, I'm just in it, I gotta go, go, go. I'm rushing, I'm racing, it's never enough, I'm not enough. Slow it all down. And we can do that by slowing down our bodies. That is the first step. The second strategy is your thoughts and feelings are creating your mood all day long, every day. We talked about this in the live workshop sessions. Your thoughts and your feelings are creating your mood all day long. So I'm going to give you a strategy to leverage that what's already happening. No one is immune. We are all living from a place of patterned thoughts. And remember, 90% of your thoughts repeat themselves daily. 90%. You wake up and have 90% of the same thoughts about yourself and the world and your life and your children and your marriage that you did yesterday. If that doesn't wake you up into wanting to take a new action, I don't know what does. These habits of thought and feeling create your mood. And guess what? They also create your relationships with the humans around you, with the people in your world. They create your relationships. My 90% of unexplored or unexamined patterns are creating how I feel when I get sick. They're creating how I feel when my kiddo has a rough day. They're creating how I feel when I look at my bank account. These are well-conditioned thoughts. So I want you to do this. Instead of tuning out or pushing down what those thoughts are that you notice, what those feelings are that you have, instead of trying to outrun them or push them down or shove them down and then tell a story about it. I'm such a loser. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm still doing this over and over again. What is the matter with me? We all have them. We all have these thoughts. Instead of doing that, do this instead. This strategy that I want you to use with your thoughts and feelings is so simple, and almost nobody does it. I want you to give them space, some space, just a little space to be experienced by you. That's it. I want you to give your thought or your feeling that you notice some space to be experienced or to be noticed by you. So this can be done through your intention. This can be done through your awareness. This is a really simple practice. Making space for what you think and feel is what we are conditioned not to do. Our parents told us, I don't have time for that. Our parents may have said to us, you're not allowed to be mad. That's not okay. Or they have shown you that it's totally unsafe to have a low feeling, a big emotion, to cry. Any and all of these things have happened. And you know, what that does to us is it teaches our bodies that it's not safe to feel the feeling. So your body is like, I'm not allowed to go there. And what I'm telling you is the only way to get good at your thoughts and feelings, the only way to be calm and present and a strong, stable presence for yourself and your life and to lead yourself and your life and your family is to practice making space for what you feel and what you think and get really good at knowing it doesn't kill you. It's not going to kill you. It's not going to kill you to notice a negative thought, and it's not going to kill you to notice a fear or an anxiety or an anger or a frustration. It's not going to kill you, I promise. So you want to practice the strategy of just first noticing. And so you're going to do these in order. So starting with that first strategy, you're going to slow down. Well, that paves the way. If I slow down, that opens a door for what I feel. Now, the next piece is, okay, now I'm going to make space for, oh my God, what is this thought I'm having? Oh my gosh, what is this feeling I'm having? So it's just a simple act of pausing to notice and not trying to stop it. Not trying to stop it. So like a simple opening inside of you for just a few seconds. That's all we're talking about here. It helps a whole lot to build safety in your body and in your nervous system first. And we're not going to talk about that today, and we did some in the workshop sessions, but this is the work we do in my programs with my clients. It's a little bit more in depth. So for the purpose of this training today, I'm just going to leave it at make space inside you. You can do that with your awareness. You can do it by physically slowing down. You can do it then by just experiencing the thought or feeling. Experiencing it is different from going whole hog into wallowing in the thought or feeling. And that's not what I'm suggesting you do. My clients know we talk a lot about allowing feelings in one of my programs in Awaken Motherhood. And I teach people how to gain that out, how to do the alchemy, really, which is shifting an emotion from one thing to another. And someone a long time ago was having a lot of trouble wallowing in the feeling and just felt like it owns me. I am the feeling. This is who I am. I've always been this way. My mom was this way. I can't escape this. This is what it is for me. I'm kind of destined to always be caught in drowning in this emotional sort of pattern. And I said, there is only a one letter difference between allowing and wallowing, but it is the biggest one letter difference ever. The difference between being present and allowing yourself to have an experience and then wallowing in that experience is the difference between an empowered life and a totally disempowered life. So really hear that on this, like I'm saying, make space. That's from an empowered place. That's from a place of, wow, I'm having this thought, I'm having this feeling. Okay, got it? That's the second strategy. Now we're on to the third strategy. So the third strategy is acknowledge what you think and feel. Once you have slowed down to look at what's going on, once you have let yourself experience it without dying, without becoming it, without making up a huge story. And I will tell you, I mean, there are too many stories and examples to tell you, but the number one place that people go in our very high functioning world that we live in right now, and my very high functioning clients who are very intellectualized, the one place, and therapy kind of makes this worse, that people will go is, well, I started to feel a feeling, but I don't know what to do with that. So I'm just going to run into telling this story about it because I'm totally overwhelmed by it. And so I'm just going to explain what the feeling is and explain why I can't feel it right now. Because if I do, then these dominoes will fall, and I can't, and that is not experiencing a feeling, you guys. There's no world in which you can have steady presence and calm and be the mom you want to be for your kids and be the leader for your life that you want to be if you are always skirting around and skipping over this piece of really being in control of what you think and what you feel. Okay, so you got to make space for it. And into this third strategy, now we're going to acknowledge it. We're going to acknowledge it. And we're going to acknowledge it because unacknowledged feelings and thoughts are repeating 90% of the time or more. I think that's a really conservative number. So acknowledge what you think and feel. And the word acknowledge means this, someone comes up to you and they're trying to get your attention and you're scrolling on your phone. That is not acknowledging. We do that to our feelings all the time. So instead of just scrolling through your thoughts, you're going to put the phone down and you're going to look at that person and say, hi, what's up? You're going to do that to your feelings. What's up? The thoughts that we argue with and the emotions that we ignore become our Achilles heel. They become anxiety. They become depression. They become uncertainty. They become worry. They become, I'm not good enough. They become, you're my problem. They become, life is against me. They become these stories, and they're powerless. They have no power except for what we give them. No power except for what we give them. So we end up wavering on our decisions and plans. We end up not moving forward. We end up not investing in ourselves. We end up wobbling in our energy and questioning our decisions and not setting a boundary with our kids. We end up not deciding and not actually creating the life we want. We struggle to hold the boundaries. We doubt ourselves. We lack confidence. We are not that loving authority, right? Because we're always stuck back in here, arguing with thoughts or feelings, instead of just acknowledge them. And you can do this simply, very simply and very straightforward. Acknowledging what you think and feel can look like this. I'm feeling so overwhelmed. I am scared because I don't know what to do here. I'm feeling fear. I feel exhausted. I am so frustrated and I feel totally alone. I don't know what to do with this. It doesn't mean you are solving the emotions, and you don't have to solve the emotions, you guys. If you want help with that, come and work with me. If you want to resolve a pattern or shift a pattern or break free of a pattern, let's figure out how to work together. Just reach out to me and we'll figure it out. We'll figure out what's the best path for you. This is not about solving the emotions. This is not about making them go away. And honestly, that isn't the first step. That isn't the goal. That comes later. This is taking a step toward resolution. To slow down, to make space, to acknowledge what you think and feel is a step. These are steps toward resolution. And you can make them right now. They can give you that momentum you need to be able to make a bigger shift. And this may be all you ever need. For one situation, for an example, for a pattern that's stuck, if you put these 3 strategies into place, this can be enough to really loosen the grip of some kind of energy that you're stuck in, or feeling hopeless, or feel like you can't do it. Put these 3 steps into practice. Again, we are slowing down. We are making space to experience, to not be owned by something and not wallow in it, but to experience it. And then you've got to acknowledge it. And when you acknowledge it, it loses its power over you. Again, it won't go away and disappear. But this is why there is practice is so important, because there is a path and a sequence to get to that point of emotional mastery or freedom. There's a path and a sequence. And when you have a structure and a sequence and a system, you can achieve your goals. You can achieve your outcomes. You can have the breakthrough. You can feel more empowered in your life. You can stay tuned into your outcomes and create the outcomes you want. You may need help getting there. And for those of you who want help getting there, I am developing more ways to work with me, which I'm so celebrating. And so if you are in a place where you are wanting the help and support, you're watching this and you're wanting help and support, and you don't have help and support now, or the thing you've been investing in is not getting you to where you want to go, then let's do an audit. We'll just jump on a call. We'll do a 15-minute call. And I will put that link around this live stream in the Facebook group so that you guys can get, we can just connect and have a chat about what would be best for you, what resource or what path, and we will go from there. Okay, so quick recap again, we are slowing down, we are making space, and we are acknowledging by naming. And I gave you some examples and some scripts there. You guys can watch this replay in the Facebook group. The live stream will be there. And you can sort of workshop for yourself, what kind of scripts do you need, and practice writing those out, and practice saying them, practice acknowledging your emotions today. Let's see if we can move the needle for you on wherever you're stuck in whatever kind of emotional funk that has been, and really shift you out of that. And if you want to connect with me about what is the best plan for you, what are the next steps, then I'm happy to help you figure that out, whether that's one of my programs and working with me, or whether that's a different step or a free resource. So I'll drop the link around this in the live stream and the replay so you guys can book from there. And thank you so much for joining me for this live. This is super fun. And thanks you guys for being here live to co-create with me. I love just kind of feeling your energy and helping you have something to really move the needle in your life. All right. Until next time, you guys, I will see you soon. Enjoy.